Hey, hey, hey. I actually got on early. Aren't you proud of me? Um, you should be. Anyway, I'm going to close some other tabs because it's telling me there's too many things happening. Which, whatever. Like it knows. Anyway, hopefully some of y'all will hop on. But I know it is busy, right? We just had our Christmas in July sales for 2 weeks. And I don't know about y'all, but sometimes July does feel as busy as December. It's like July-cember, if you can have May-cember. So hopefully some peeps will hop on. I'm going to tag peeps. Except it won't let me. Because it's scrolly. Anyway, I'm just going to chat. And when people hop on, they hop on. And if not, y'all can watch the replay. So when you watch the replay, I want you to comment shine. Hashtag shine. Because that is coming up. All right, so I'm actually going to go with, I actually have things written down, which y'all should be proud of me. And I'm going to look at you oddly so that there's not so much glare on my glasses. But if I put my glasses up like this, then I can't read my own note. And then when I put it back down, it gets this little flicky fleas. Oh, hey, that's cute. So I have a part-time job at a lovely place called AR Workshop. You guys may have one. There's about 150 nationwide. Similar to Board and Brush, if you have one of those. Anyway, we had a field trip for daycare today, and there was 26 kiddos, and they were supposed to be 7 to 10, but we definitely had 5-year-olds at my table. One of them was playing with my ponytail at one point and said that she wanted to make sure that I knew that I had real hair. I was like, are you talking about my brown hair versus my gray hair? Anyway, she was a delightful 5-year-old. We generally don't allow 5-year-olds. Do we usually say 7 or 8 or up? Anywho, so I just want to give a high five to everyone. The past couple weeks, sales were really strong, and with all the bundles being on sale, and then the last part of last week, the flash sales with the other goodies, those were really good. So great job, everyone, for sharing and getting out and chatting with your customers and all your peeps, because I know that it's busy, and sometimes over a holiday weekend and whatnot, is harder to share. So I appreciate y'all. I know Maria absolutely does. Shanae and Jesse too. So good job on that. Hopefully y'all have seen we have a new bundle that has come out, the Serenity Trio, which is Calm, Soothe, and Renew. I don't know why I always say it in that order. Probably because that's the order that we have it in the picture. But it is great. It is like a full face. That's all you need, really. That's all you need. Throw and clarify if you need a little scrubby scrub. But otherwise, like Calm, Soothe, and Renew is everything that you need. And it's great for everyone who has skin, which hopefully is everyone, right? But it's also great for teen skin. It's great for more mature skin. It's great for all skin. So make sure that we are sharing that. It is $98, which is like 10.98% off of regular price, so 11% off, which is a great deal. So that is what we are chatting about this week. Make sure to take a peek in the ARD, Ambassador Resource Drive, for intel sheets on those various things if you need a little refresher on some of the greatness that's in there. You know I love Cloudberry. So, yeah. I also want to say thanks to Jen, who posted a Prime Day post. You post a post. Blurb about Prime Day, and lots of people have been popping in their favorite things for Prime Day, business related, business tool related, whether those are teacher gifts or whatever they may be. But shoot, if you find something awesome that's a Prime Day deal, pop that on there too. We're all about it. I missed out because there was a Prime Day. You know how sometimes they're limited time only, and I missed out on these electric scissors that I wanted. I may still get them because they're still on sale. Electric scissors, have y'all seen them? They're like, so you can cut cardboard. And the amount of Amazon purchases I have is frightening. So anyway, there is that. I wanted to just real quick mention our friends at Rodan and Fields. They, if you haven't heard, it was either yesterday or the day before, announced that they are going to an affiliate only type structure, where they'll get increased commissions on their personal sales, but they will lose their downline sales bonuses. So, because they're not having downlines. So anyway, it's always super sad when that happens, especially for a company that's been around for a zillion years. And that's really hard on those consultants. I'm not quite sure what they're officially called. So it's a bummer. It's a big bummer. But just a reminder that, like, we're all classy. So, keep those people. There are some people with some really giant teams who I'm sure are panicking about their loss of income. And so now's not the time to try to reach out and be skeezy. It's hard all the way around. So just keep them in your thoughts as they adjust to their new normal. Anyway, so, and the other thing, I hope everybody is okay with all the wacky weather. I know Shanae always jokes that Jesse and I have extreme weather here in Oklahoma. And Jesse and I laugh because we say that it's just normal to us, so it doesn't feel like it's extreme. But we don't get hurricanes. So, like, Gulf Coast peeps, are y'all okay? Do you have power back? There's so many of you without power, and I know it's been super hot there, as it's been really hot here in Oklahoma with extreme heat warnings and whatnot. So everybody that's dealing with crazy amounts of heat, I know Vegas area had record-setting heat, just heat all over. And then crazy thunderstorms that rolled through northern Illinois yesterday. Tornadoes in Chicago, that is like oxymoronical. So I hope everybody is okay and weathering those storms, pun not intended. Anyway, so if you have questions, please pop them in the comments. Like, I only see Shanae. Hi, Shanae. Who has said anything. But, so, I can't really tell you about new things. But I can tell you about new ingredients. And you'll just have to wonder what it is. Isn't that fun? Isn't that why you love to come listen to me ramble? Because I may or may not tell you something fun. And this is fun, I think, anyway. And I know there's a bunch of nerds amongst us. So, the first one I want to talk about is Pyrus Malis fruit extract. Do you know what that is? Nobody knows what that is. It's apple fruit extract. Apple, like an apple you'd eat. And we're not talking about like Fiji or Gala or Honeycrisp. Doesn't really matter. Apples are apples. So, apple fruit extract is pretty amazeballs, really. And it is in something new that's coming up. And so, like, I've showed you my notebook of delight where I put all my nerdy ingredient reference, right? Like, I've showed you things. I had to start to write really tiny because it's so cool. So it, of course, is anti-aging. Like almost everything that we put into things is anti-aging. It's an antioxidant. So why does that make it anti-aging? Well, when you have all the free radicals that we have floating around the world, and those are just basically little pieces of molecules that don't have all of their electrons. So they're looking for a friend. And so it starts grabbing that friend, that missing electron, from all kinds of other cells, and that starts a chain reaction. And when that chain reaction happens, that's called oxidative stress, and that's what contributes to fine lines and aging and all of those undesirable qualities of your skin. So we want to prevent all that, right, as best we can. So apple fruit extract is an antioxidant, so always good there. It has lots of vitamin C, and it has lots of vitamin E, which is always good. Vitamin C is great for just brightening your skin tone as a whole, which this new thing is for your face somewhere. And so brightening on your face is generally a good thing because we're helping to get off all those dead, yucky skin cells. So what, as I look at all of my notes and try to make them make sense in my head a little bit. So beyond the antioxidants of vitamin C and vitamin E, there is an alpha hydroxy acid, or an AHA. You might have heard of BHAs. Those are in a lot of things. Beta hydroxy acids. But this one is called malic acid, which is not one that's talked about very often at all. So, and if you were like, that word sounds somewhat familiar. Because the apple scientific name is Pyrus malis, and malice and malic all come from the Latin to mean apple. I feel like I'm on spelling bee. May have a country of origin. So yeah, malic acid comes from apples and that type of thing. Malic acid, of course, is in lots of other things as well. It's in pears a whole lot. But the benefit of malic acid is that it's a bigger molecule size. And so because it's a bigger molecule size, it is more gentle to the skin. Hey, Nikki, happy birthday. Because it's a bigger molecule size, it is more gentle to the skin than some other acids like glycolic acid or lactic acid, which are great like exfoliators to the skin. We call them chemical exfoliators, opposed to like a manual exfoliator like the Scrubby Beads and Clarify. It's a chemical exfoliant, but it's very gentle because this is when we look around where I'm sitting and find things. So, not to scale. If you have glycolic acid, boop, 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 and it like gets into your skin, right, and it can help slough off dry, dead skin cells, which is what we want, but it can be kind of irritating because it's smaller, so it can get way in there. And like, that can be ouchy for more mature skin, for more sensitive skin, people who are just sensitive overall to chemical exfoliants, people who may be on medication who just need something a little gentler. So we've got malic acid, which is bigger, so it just can't get in there as well. So it still does those similar type functions, but it's way more gentler on the skin, which is great. And it'll make even more sense why we would put something super gentle in this new product when we tell you what that is, which, P.S., spoiler alert, is not today. Because you know why? Because it's we're going to spill the beans at Shine, which, of course, if that's you're watching the replay, that's your replay word. So anyway, malic acid, like I said, great for sensitive skin. It is gentler, and what it does is there's no great way to describe this, but it helps decrease the stickiness between cells. So when your skin, it just goes through its normal like cell turnover system of life, right? The top layers of skin, they dry up and pass away and ideally fall right off your skin. But Sometimes they just don't. They need a little nudge, whether that's from Clarify or if that's from some chemical exfoliants such as malic acid. So what it does is it breaks down the proteins. So you've got these layers of dry skin, right? And so, or dead skin, all of the above. And so that malic acid works its way in there to decrease that stickiness. Hey, Donna. And that way it can get broken off and go away. Get off your skin. Because, you should wash your face and stuff. And so it helps decrease that cell stickiness, which then will let it be sloughed off your skin in whichever manner that you are choosing. And then, of course, and if you don't do that, it can clog your pores. It leaves your skin dull. So by removing it, it helps to exfoliate and brighten the skin, because when, if you haven't washed your car in a long time, or if you haven't gotten rain, how you kind of get that haze over your vehicle, that's the same thing. When you have skin that can't be exfoliated properly, and as we hope that we all know, as you age, your cell turnover, just that mechanism, slows down, just like your metabolism. And so it doesn't do its job as effectively, so it needs some additional assistance to be able to do so. So that's where that malic acid is really, really good for helping to decrease that stickiness, so it can be and it exfoliates it. You put on moisturizer or lotion anywhere on your body, and sometimes you get some pilling. Sometimes that's product. Sometimes that's your skin that just needs to come off. Right? Gross. I know. That's why you should exfoliate regularly. But when your car hasn't been washed in a while, it's got that just hazy film everywhere because it's got that layer of dirt, and that's not super perceptible. Just like the dry, dead skin cells on your face or your body are not super perceptible to the naked eye, but they're there. And so you just need a little help to get it off. And when you wash your car, like, water works, right? But soap and water works better. So samesies. You could rinse your face off, or you can use some products to help exfoliate that. And multiple products in different ways are, a multi-pronged approach, which is always good, a good deal. The other cool thing about malic acid that is in apple fruit extract is that it works really synergistically with other acids to do its job, but also it works with glycerin and hyaluronic acid to be magnify its hydration effects. Because it's an apple's a fruit, right? It has some natural sugars, some saccharides, or in this case, polysaccharides. Poly just meaning many, long chains of sugars. And so sugar, like in a sugar scrub, like in our scalp and body scrub, sugars are natural humectants, right? So they help grab moisture from the air and bring it to your skin. And glycerin, same thing, is a humectant. It grabs moisture, brings it to your skin. If you've ever had a bar of just all glycerin soap in your shower, how it gets kind of funky after a bit, or one that has a high glycerin content, because that water, even if it's not like direct spray, just the humidity in your shower, that glycerin absorbs it and it plumps up those cells in your soap. And that's why sometimes, because your soap is not designed to be flexible, right? It has nothing to do, it can't really be elastic. It's not an elastic property in your soap, so it cracks. But in your skin, when it draws moisture, it helps plump those up from the inside. And that's what hyaluronic acid does. It helps kind of push a wrinkle out from the inside. So malic acid, which is an apple fruit extract, really works together with glycerin and hyaluronic acid. And I say hyaluronic acid, but we all know that sodium hyaluronate is hyaluronic acid's cousin, and does great things. So as I scan the ingredient deck of this new thing, there's a lot of glycerin in this new thing. So you know what that means. super hydrating as well. Yay! Which even the oily skinned person of myself, you still need good hydration. Like, I'm oily, but that's like bad hydration, and I need good hydration. So it has some other good stuff in it. I did not look. Thanks, Jeanette. I try to make analogies with things. So the other one, and I should have looked up how to pronounce it. I'm just going to go for it. Quercetin. My apologies to the scientists of the world if I said that right. Is also an apple fruit extract, another great property, which has lots of anti-inflammatory properties. So it's great for red, itchy, and acne-prone skin. So as a whole, before I move on to this next ingredient that I'm going to talk about, apple fruit extract is anti-aging. It's chock full of antioxidants. It is hydrating because it's a humectant. Great for sensitive skin, great for aging, mature skin, and great for acne-prone skin, which is pretty much everybody. So yeah, so there's that one. Ooh, I was gonna mention one more thing as I like read my tiny notes. Malic acid is like the main thing in apple fruit extract. There's also gallic acid, which I did not dive into the etymology of said word. Time for later. But that is a big Ayurvedic herb or property in the herb. So it's an antioxidant, but it also hinders melanin transfer to the upper layers of the skin. So, like, what is that? Melanin are your darker, is what makes skin tones darker, deeper, right? And so, like, sorry, ignore the paint. My little spot. That has a lot more melanin that has come to the surface than the rest of my arm, right? And sometimes we get those on our face, just darker patches that make our skin look uneven because, well, it is, just because we have darker patches. And that just happens with age, right? So, gallic acid helps minimize the transfer of melanin, which we all have it, to get to those top layers of the skin, which is what we want because we don't want spots. We don't want uneven. We just don't want unevenness generally. So that's really cool. And then malic acid, being that AHA, also helps with hyperpigmentation. So if you've got, so they kind of work together. I know I have a spot. That's just a little bit darker. And so it helps with those hyperpigmentation spots. So super great. So brightening, skin tone evening, antioxidant, hydrating, all good things for anywhere on your face and neck, right? Extra good when you learn what this product is. That's all I'll sing for you. Shanae is much better at that than me. Okay, the next one. And look at that. I'm going to not perhaps talk as long as I normally do. This may actually be a half an hour. Maybe 35. Anyway, is cucumber fruit extract. Cucumbus sativus. Sounds fun, huh? Cucumber fruit extract. And so you may be thinking to yourself, hang on now. Hey, Samantha. Glad you're here. What I'm talking about? Good question. Very good question. It is a surprise. I'm just talking about some ingredients that are in a new product, but I'm not telling you what the new product is. We are going to be announcing that at Shine Convention next week. So, but I'm just doing a little preview of some of these cool ingredients. Hopefully that makes sense. So anyway, cucumber fruit extract. Now, I know you're all thinking, isn't a cucumber a vegetable? No. Botanically speaking, there are no vegetables. Yeah, there's your fun fact of the day. There's no vegetables. It's true. My sister has her PhD in botany. We had a big discussion about this one time at Thanksgiving, and now you have told it. Most things are fruits. It's a product of the flower, right? Which cucumbers are. Some things, though, are like roots. Some things are stalks. Some things are just leaves. But a vegetable is not part of an actual botanical plant. A vegetable is only a vegetable in the cooking world, and at your local grocer. Anyway, yeah, Samantha, yeah, exactly. Because, yeah, it's producing cucumbers. It's producing fruit. Same thing with pepper and watermelon. So, anywho, you knew. You just perhaps had not connected it. Or maybe you did. But most people, when I tell them there's no vegetables, they're like, what? What's celery? A stalk. It's a stem. Anywho, that has nothing to do with really cucumbers. But cucumbers, y'all know cucumbers. You've seen them, right? So they have lots of vitamin C in them. There's lots of water in them. So they're, of course, they're a great hydrator, right? Because it has to keep all that moisture in there. Otherwise, it's, I don't know what it is. It's not a cucumber. So it has lots of hydrating properties. It contains some silica as well as a bunch of other minerals. But silica is known for firming skin, which honestly, I had no idea about that until I was researching cucumber fruit extract. So, great for firming skin. It has a ton of vitamin C or ascorbic acid, which is, like we talked about a little bit with the apple fruit extract, is just a super powerful antioxidant. It's really good for brightening your skin tone because it helps do all that exfoliation that we just were talking about. So because of that, like exfoliation and cell turnover, it's also good for fine lines. Here's a fun fact that I learned from one site as I was doing that Cleopatra used to use cucumbers to preserve her skin. So cucumbers have been around for a long time. You know, I don't know how much proof we have of that, but it was a really reputable site that I got it from. So it was like, oh, okay, I'm going to write that down. Here's the thing. There's no research that shows that cucumbers decrease puffiness. You know how in like every stock photo everywhere, there's people with cucumbers on their eyes to decrease puffiness? It's just the coolness that helps decrease your puffiness. It's not anything in cucumbers, but that doesn't mean cucumbers are bad. I just don't want you to say that cucumbers themselves decrease puffiness, because they don't. There's just no research to prove it as yet. Maybe they do, maybe they do, but no research to prove. But what cucumbers do have is a lot of vitamin C, a lot of vitamin E, a lot of vitamin K, a lot of amino acids and different organic acids, which all have anti-inflammatory properties. So anywhere that's red or irritated or itchy or dry or just not feeling great, that anti-inflammatory property is huge for. And so that in and of itself could potentially reduce puffiness if your eyes are really just irritated and itchy. Those anti-inflammatory properties can help decrease the itchiness, which then in turn could decrease some puffiness. It also has a whole ton of polysaccharides in it as well. And which works again with other hydrators. So this product, which shall be named later, like I've already said, has lots of hydrators in it. And so it's going to work together with all of those things to be extra super awesome. And it's just really soothing. That anti-inflammatory properties of things are just soothing in general. My child just got home. Antioxidants, like we talked about before, fights off free radicals, which age and damage the skin. Lots of brightening from vitamin C. And then vitamin C also and this is in both the cucumber and in the apple fruit extract, help stop the breakdown of your natural hyaluronic acid that's in your skin. And so therefore it improves your skin's hydration because you're not losing it. And it also helps maintain your skin elasticity because it helps prevent the breakdown of that cell matrix. And of course, when your skin loses its elasticity, that's when it starts to look droopy. That's when you start to see lots of fine lines and wrinkles. That's when you start to not look like you were when you were in middle school, right? So elasticity is always great. We talk a lot about, there's lots of talk in the world about collagen and how that really helps boost your skin's elasticity, which is absolutely true. But we want to look at everything that's already going on in your skin and boosting those naturally. And so the vitamin C and the cucumber fruit extract will help do that. And also, like we said, those vitamin C is great for hyperpigmentation, darker spots. So it's really great for brightening. Also, in case you like to do your own research, because I know Crystal's not on, or at least she hasn't said anything, but Crystal's a big researcher too. There is a fun little acid that's in cucumber fruit extract that's called caffeic acid and has no relationship to caffeine, just so you know. But yeah, and then cucumber has a lot of emollient properties, which is just a fancy word to make your skin feel smooth and soft and supple, which supple is a weird word. I don't really like it. But it helps with all of those things. And of course, things that come from plants are really good, right? So it's 7:32, and this was a power half hour. But just as a bonus, sunflower seed oil. It is also an emollient. It is very high in vitamin E. It has lots of other trace minerals in there, which is also in this new product. So super great stuff coming. Yes, Jeanette, like super, super good. Like there's a lot of great things. Some caffeine, some oat bran extract, some orange fruit extract, shea butter, squalane, all kinds of good stuff. So it's going to be super exciting. This sunflower seed extract or sunflower seed oil has been used for more than 5,000 years. It is just amazeballs for your body. So, so many good things. So many good things. All right. I have chatted my allotted time, which is amazing because I usually go over, right? But, trying to value y'all's time. So if y'all have any questions, type now or forever hold your peace. I'm just kidding. You can absolutely type them later and I will come back to them. But other than that, next week is Shine. And so be looking forward to stuff at the end of the week. Oh, I had this here. It's my red light wand. I don't know if it's on y'all's socials, but there's a company that had some stuff, some products. I'm sure it was great. I didn't try it. But they have a new product, and it looks like a pop socket, but it's a red light wand. I don't know how much it is. I should have looked at that beforehand. But all I'm saying is, this is a big company in the world, and they have their new thing, and I kid you not, it looks like a pop socket. But if you have a red light wand, I would talk about it now. Like, I know that we feel like we've had it forever, and we have had it since the beginning of the line, right? But how many people, I know that I friend requested like 3 people today. Not because that's something I regularly do, but it's because they popped up and I was like, oh yeah, we should totally be Facebook friends. Anywho, take your red light wand out. Donna loves her red light wand. We know. But if you haven't talked about it recently on your socials, by all means do. And you can do it just like I'm doing. it's tricky to get all on my face when I have my glasses on, because that's like weird. Ooh, makes a weird noise. You guys can't hear it, but it vibrates my glasses. Anywho, talk about your red light wand. Even just people connect the dots. Donna's like one true love. We won't tell your hubby. That talk about the red light wand. Because now's the time in the summer. Everybody thinks of the winter time is when your skin is like, oh, oh, you did hear it. Oh, hey, way to pick up things. Computer. The summertime. We abuse our skin so much in summertime. Like, at least in wintertime, we like bundle up and we know that our skin's going to be a little drier than it normally is, so we slather on moisturizer. But in the summertime, like, it's 100 degrees outside at my house. Well, probably not anymore. I think a cold front is coming through. But literally yesterday at like 8 o'clock, it was 101 still here. Gross. But so we go outside, our skin's all gross, it's windy, sun's beating down. We put our skin through the paces in the summertime, even with appropriate sunscreen use, which, P.S., if you think you're using enough sunscreen on your face, you're probably not. Use some more. Like, at least a whole finger's worth. If not more. But, yeah. We beat up our skin in the summertime a lot. So, now's a great time to talk about the red light wand because, our skin probably needs it more than ever, is my whole point. So you can talk about other things. Like if you want to talk about school supply shopping, because it's Prime Day and all, and how, yes, we know it's really hard to think that our teachers are asking for 60 glue sticks, but I don't know if y'all have spent much time in elementary classrooms. I know some of you have because we've got some educators amongst us, which thank y'all for being teachers. It's tricky. Glue sticks just grow legs and walk away. So, SPF is super tricky, Samantha. Do you go by Samantha totally? Or do you go by an abbreviation thereof? I feel bad just saying your Facebook name if you go by a different name. Because it's so highly regulated. And the testing and all that is spendy. So, never say never, but it's... it's not the product I was just talking about. So we'll say that. Anywho, so whatever you might be talking about on your stories, I understand. Which do you prefer, though? If you introduced yourself, what would you say? I don't, for sure not saying hey you, but I get it. Anyway, that's my story. Share your red light wand. It's all good. Sometimes people just need to see it and that your face hasn't like burned off, which I know. Doubt your face isn't going to burn off. But people need to see that. So, use your red light wand. If nothing else, it feels good. Which we all know there's good benefits for it. That's a topic for another day. But, I even saw on the old, well, it was an Instagram reel, but it was originally a TikTok video. You know how all those are. All right, well, I'm going to call you Sammy then. I believe that we're friends. You know how people repost their TikToks onto their reels? Anyway, but it's this dermatologist guy. There's a lot of dermatologists, maybe because that's the algorithm working, right? That was talking about red light therapy, and I was like, oh, you're like legit, and he was saying it was amazeballs, which we all know. So, anywho, if you see like dermatologists talking about red light wands and you can share it, duet it, whatever you're gonna do, that's always good too. So, that's all, folks. I'm gonna get off of here and go try to get this stray cat that lives in my backyard to come inside my house. More to come. Anywho, thank you so much. Be on the lookout. We'll still have regular old email this week. We'll have one next week with some good stuff. And then be looking out for announcements from Shine. Anybody that's coming, I'm super excited to see y'all there. Jesse and I fly in together late-ish Wednesday night. What's funny is it's direct from Oklahoma to Phoenix, and because of the way the flight and the time zones work and the time of the year and Arizona and daylight savings time or not, it looks like our flight is 20 minutes. It's clearly not, but it's just funny. So anyway, can't wait to see y'all next week, who are coming, and everybody else. If you have any questions, especially as you're watching the replay, by all means, pop it down below, and I'll get back with you as soon as I can. All right. Thanks so much for being here. You guys are the bestest. We appreciate you all for aligning with us, and great things are coming. Talk to you soon. Bye.